Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly intuitive reading for Monday, July 26th through Sunday, August 1st, 2021. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Animal Wise Tarot by Ted Andrews for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. Can you believe we're almost through the month of July and getting ready to start August? It's just flying by this year of 2021. So let's go ahead. There's a lot going on astrologically this week. Let's go ahead and start by taking a look at your stones of choice. So the first stone of choice is this interesting looking stone that's called Pinolith. That's Pinolith, Pinolith. And this connects with the crown, the heart, and the root chakras. It's going to help us bring about a state of optimism and balance. This is a stone that's calming. It improves one's self-esteem. It balances the emotional and mental body. It helps to dispel negative energy in the inner soul and motivates us to live life with more serenity. Okay, our second stone of choice is a great big hunk of iolite, I-O-L-I-T-E, iolite, and this connects with the third eye and the crown chakras. This helps to support healing, guided meditation, astral travel, visions. It promotes pure thoughts, intuition, and self-acceptance, and it also produces an electrical charge in the auric field and then hence strengthening one's auric field. Okay, and the last stone of choice is an interesting looking stone, and I hope I pronounce it correctly. It's Oco-geode, or O-C-O geodes. And so this is going to connect with the crown and the heart chakras. It helps to ground and harmonize one's energy. It brings a calming and a soothing to one's nerves. It promotes confidence and self-acceptance. It dissolves anger and resentment, and it helps to resolve emotional trauma and mental imbalance. So again, your stones of choice are the Pinolith, the iolite, and the Oco-geodes. Okay. All right. So we'll probably show those to you once again before we look at the messages from our angels and guides. But as I said, there's a lot going on this week, the last week of July. And one thing I want to bring up is that as of our full moon last week, or shortly thereafter, our full moon in Aquarius last week, we entered what's called the Lion's Gate energy. So a lot of you out there might know about or have heard about the 8-8 Lion's Gate, which is August 8th. Now, they say that the portal of energies that open for that particular experience opens around the 25th or 26th of July, which starts this week out, basically, or ends last week. And then that portal of energies for the 8-8 Lion's Gate, they say, closes around August 12th. And of course, there is the heightening or the pinnacle effect of that energy on August 8th, which is why it's called 8-8 Lion's Gate. So what is that about? Well, this is about the Sirian star system downloading of higher dimensional energies that supposedly comes down to bombard our planet in a positive way, opening us up to higher evolution and growth, opening us up to light codes, assisting us in opening our soul's energy to have a download of healing energies or a download of experiences or information from a higher level, a higher universal level. So that's kind of the shortened version of what that's all about. And since we are entering that in this week, I thought I would mention it. And some of the astrology energies I think are a little bit interesting to support that 8-8 Lion's Gate, that Syrian star seed energy, or that Syrian star system energy of downloads and light codes that are opening up and giving us an opportunity to increase our evolution and growth, to rise to a higher evolutionary level. And we start out this week on Tuesday the 27th with Mercury, the planet of the mind, the planet that rules the mental realm, our thoughts, our perceptions, ideas, and communications, moving into Leo. Now, Mercury, because it's a logical, analytical planet, and it's coming out of Cancer, which is more of an emotional and sensitive and empathic sign. Now as it's going into fire sign Leo, I think it's going to be a little bit more happy there. Leo energy is creative, and it's leadership oriented, take charge oriented, inspirational, passionate, etc. So the ideas, our perceptions take on this more fiery, passionate, inspirational, take charge kind of energy while Mercury is in Leo. It's going to be in Leo from, again, the 27th of July until August 11th. So one of the interesting things is that Lion's Gate portal, they say, is closing on the 12th of August. So Mercury in Leo stays there for this whole time period of the 8-8 Lion's Gate energy portal. Now also on Tuesday, just as Mercury is entering the 0-degree point of Leo, it's in an inconjunct aspect, which is also called a quincunx aspect, to Jupiter, who is retrograde currently in Pisces at the 0 degrees of Pisces. So I find this interesting because, as I said, Mercury is at 0 degrees of Leo, just entered Leo. Jupiter is retrograding, and the very next day on Wednesday is going to be retrograding back into Aquarius. So Jupiter's at the 0-degree point of Pisces, retrograde. So whenever there's a sign, a planet in a sign that's at the 0-degree point, it is a very critical degree. It's a critical degree for new beginnings because it's the first degree in the series of 30 degrees of any particular sign. So to me, this is initiating that Lion's Gate energy. It's initiating an energy of new ideas, thoughts, perceptions, ways of expressing oneself through communication or through creative projects. And Jupiter helps us to expand into that spiritual energy, or that spiritual part of it. Jupiter helps us to expand our belief systems about this creative energy that's moving and flowing and inspiring us to move forward. Jupiter rules our belief systems. It rules the expansion principle. It rules seeing the big picture about something. And again, as it's in Pisces and at that last degree of Pisces, or the way you look at it, the first degree of Pisces, but the last degree because it's going to be retrograding back into Aquarius. But that first degree of Pisces at 0 degrees, it's again tightening this energy of new beginnings. And to me, with the inspirational energy of Mercury and Leo and the spiritual energy of Jupiter and Pisces, I feel like that's a really positive energy that we're immersing ourselves in. Now, as I said, on Wednesday the 28th, Jupiter is now retrograding back into Aquarius. Now, Jupiter is going to be in Aquarius from here on out for the rest of this year pretty much. It's going to be retrograde in Aquarius from July 28th. Mid-October, it turns back to direct motion in Aquarius. And then as it moves forward again in Aquarius, it's going to stay in that sign of Aquarius until the very end of December before it moves back into Pisces. So we have these last 5 months or so here of the year where Jupiter is expanding the energy of the humanitarian, because that's what Aquarius is about, right? Aquarius is new technology, scientific breakthroughs, the collective of humanity coming together with similar ideas and thoughts about what to do next to support the world and support the collective and its healing process. That Aquarius energy is very much the humanitarian. It's very objective, and it's very logical. Aquarius is an air sign, so we're talking about higher logic, higher wisdom, higher knowledge. And Jupiter, as it retrogrades, is going to expand that energy. And especially I find when a planet is retrograde, it internalizes the energy. And so if it's internalizing the energy of expansion of this higher wisdom, knowledge, and information, it's expanding it within ourselves. It's opening up our crown chakras, just like that 8-8 Lion's Gate energy that we talked about, where we have this download of higher Sirius star system or universal light code energy that's available to us, that is able to be used in a positive way by us, that's assisting us in our own evolution and growth, moving from third dimensional reality to higher fifth dimensional and even higher reality if we desire. Okay, so on Thursday, the 29th, and this is interesting too, Mars in Leo is opposing Jupiter in Aquarius. And what's interesting about this is that Mars is at the very last degree of Leo and opposing Jupiter at the very last degree of Aquarius as it's retrograding backwards, okay? So first we had Mercury in Leo with Jupiter in the 0 degree point, the first degree, and now we have Mars in Leo opposing Jupiter in Aquarius at the last degree, the 29th degree, also called a critical degree. So now, with that being the last degree, we can look at completion energies or culmination energies. Something is culminating, something's coming to a process of culmination here. And Mars is the warrior planet, the planet of energy, action, forward movement, and it's in that creative, passionate, inspirational sign of Leo. Leo's very generous, Leo's very sunny, it's about shining one's light out into the world. And here opposing Jupiter, Jupiter can expand that energy, right? Now, oppositions, like Mars and Leo opposing Jupiter and Aquarius, they usually play out in our relationships. It's us versus someone else. I shouldn't even say versus. It's us with someone else, a family member, a co-worker, a significant other, someone that we're working with, conspiring with to formulate a new project or creative outlet or something where we're going to, again, help and assist humanity in some way with that Aquarius energy that Jupiter's in. So this 29th degree on Thursday of Mars opposing Jupiter, Leo opposing Aquarius, is also very significant in this 8-8 Lion's Gate energy. And then on the very same day, Thursday, after that happens, Mars is moving right into Virgo. And I didn't jot down, I should have, but I didn't jot down how long Mars was going to be in Virgo. But now we have a fiery planet, the warrior planet, in more of an analytical, logical, step-by-step, look at the small details of how we're going to get there, Earth sign, Virgo, right? It's going to be there probably about a couple of months. That's typically Mars movement, is it stays there for, a good couple of months there. So we have a lot of time here to figure out and put energy towards, because Mars, planet of energy, likes to put its energy towards something. It's putting its energy towards the Virgo energies of details. What's the plan? How do I make sense out of what's happening? How do I come to a logical conclusion about what step to take next? Virgo likes to make lists, so it might be a good idea from here on out for the next few weeks to make a list of to-dos. What do I need to do next to further myself on my path? And put your energy towards those small steps. Now, Mars the warrior might want to move forward a little bit faster, but Virgo says, no, we got to look at each little step that we're taking to make sense out of it and to make sure that we're not missing anything. And in doing so, we're going to have a better result from it, okay? Now, on Friday the 30th, we have Venus in Virgo. Now, Venus has already been in Virgo. Venus is the planet of love, relationships, money, finances. And she's in Virgo, where she's more maybe self-critical or self-judgmental. She's going to be more in an energy of using discernment, both in her money and finances. She's going to be using discernment in her relationships and partnerships of all kinds. And again, she's looking at those little details, right? Now, Venus in Virgo on Friday is going to be in conjunct, or what we call again a quincunx, to Saturn, the planet that rules karmic lessons, limitation, delays, but also rules our ability to restructure something, to manifest something, to focus on something. Now, with that in conjunct between Venus and Saturn, that means she has to make some adjustments, okay? I feel like she has to make adjustments anyway because she's in Virgo, and she's not the happiest being in Virgo, right? Venus is love and beauty and expression, and she wants to express love, and Virgo's more analytical. Virgo's more logical. Virgo kind of, again, picks things apart, to kind of see where there can be improvements on things. So this connection to Saturn might bring some challenges in relationships, not just romantic, but in all sorts of relationships. There might be a need to learn some sort of lesson in the process of what's going on within the situation or circumstance, and a need to maybe restructure how she's expressing herself, or restructure the relationship itself in some way, shape, or form, or restructure her finances so things make a little bit more logical sense, or they can work a little bit better, right? Virgo's all about work. How do things work? Now on Sunday, there's a lot happening. Sunday, we have the Sun and Mercury coming together in Leo, which I think is great. That Leo energy is creative and expressive and generous and sunny and bright and joyous. And the sun is shining its light upon that Leo energy, and it's shining its light upon Mercury in Leo. So again, this is our ideas and our perceptions, which we can feel is, again, inspirational, or we're in the creative mode. So the sun is shining its light upon our creative thoughts in order to move forward with certain plans. Now also on Sunday, Venus again in Virgo is in conjunct or quincunx Chiron, the wounded healer. Chiron rules past life wounds, but he's also the shaman who brings healing to these wounds. So here again, we can have maybe some sort of healing energies within relationships. If we make some sort of adjustments, we can heal how we perceive or look at or understand our finances and our personal resources by making some sort of adjustments there as well. And this can also be about our own sense of self-worth, because Chiron is in Aries, the sign of the self, and our self-identity and self-confidence. And Venus herself rules her sense of how she values herself, or her sense of self-worth. So there might be some healing going on too regarding self-worth, self-confidence, etc. Also on Sunday, then, we have Mercury opposing Saturn in Aquarius, and the Sun opposing Saturn Aquarius. Remember, the Sun and Mercury came together in Leo, so they're both now opposing or opposite Saturn, that planet of structure, form, the teacher of lessons, karmic lessons that we have to learn, what we need to, understand, delays, restrictions, limitations. So that might just put a little bit of a damper for a short period of time on our creative self-expression in some way. Earlier in the day, when when the Sun and Mercury first come together, earlier on Sunday is the best part of the day. Now this is Eastern time. So Eastern time, early morning hours are the best part of the day to move forward in your thoughts and even action with creative thoughts or creative ideas. And then again, Saturn comes in. Now Saturn again can help us to restructure something or manifest something, but it might slow us down a little bit. Might bring in some sort of little delays or restriction energy there. So that's what's going on astrologically. As I said, it's a lot, but most of it feels positive to me. There's always going to be certain things that we need to learn. Jupiter retrograde, we have to go within and understand our belief systems a little bit more, kind of do a little bit of research on that. And then we have those, weird inconjunctor quincunxes where we need to adjust things. But I feel like that Lion's Gate energy is really an opportunity. More meditation, more self-contemplation, more alone time, be out in nature, do things that are fun, because Leo likes to have fun. That's going to help to kind of open that flow of that Lion's Gate portal of energy that starts this week. So let's go ahead and shift our perspective and see what our angels and guides have to tell us as far as the messages for the week. Okay, so let's remind everybody what your stones of choice are for this week's weekly reading. Okay, this first stone of choice here is the Pinolith. And then our second stone of choice was the Iolite. And the third stone of choice was the Oko or Oso Geodes, however you pronounce that. All right, everyone. Let's go ahead and see what our angels and guides have to say for the week. So turning over our first card. Okay, we have the Six of Winged Ones, which is like the Six of Air, the Six of Swords in the traditional tarot. In this deck, it's the Dove, which is a very sweet, peaceful bird, right? With a lovely, beautiful, melodious sounding voice, right? It says moving between cycles and worlds. So the number 6 numerologically is a number of balance. I often look at it as balancing the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So we're balancing home and family as well as our career. We're balancing the divine masculine of action, movement, take charge energies with that divine feminine of being receptive and allowing, healing, and nurturing. So with this being a suit of swords, this has to do with the mind energy, our thoughts, our perceptions, our communications. And as I said, Mercury is kind of highlighted this week. Mercury moves into Leo, it's connecting with Jupiter. Later on in the week, it's connecting with the Sun, and then it's connecting with Saturn. So there's a lot of mercurial energies going on this week. But it seems to be, again, a nice balance, a balance of the emotional and the mental, a balance of the spiritual and the mental. And I feel like this is balanced ideas, balanced thoughts, balanced communications that are going on here. And with that idea of moving between cycles and worlds, it makes me feel like we're able to kind of do some astral traveling. We're able to move from this plane of reality, third dimensional reality, maybe in our dream time. Of course, a lot of times in our dream time, some of us do remember, but others of us don't. We're always traveling, right? We're traveling to other dimensions, other time periods. But I feel like that's ramping up. I feel like this message is saying that ability to traverse other dimensions and other time portals, etc., is increasing for us. And this is also, too, that Lion's Gate energy, right? It's the opening up of that Sirius star system energy. So we're moving between third dimensional and higher dimensional realities and allowing in some of the higher vibrational information and downloads and star codes from those other realities too. So we're definitely moving back and forth from lower third dimensional reality to fifth dimensional and higher reality here with this. Okay, this makes me feel too that we need to really just communicate with the swords, right? It's all about communication. So communicate also with your angels and guides. Communicate with your star brothers and sisters of the light. Communicate with your loved ones who may have crossed over. This is just a perfect time to communicate with those other realms of those higher beings. Let's take a look at the next card here. And we have another 6. card, but this one is the Six of Four-Leggeds. It's the Six of Earth, or the Six of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. So this deals more with material matters and personal resources and things that are tangible, like career, job, home, family, money, finances, things that we deal with in our day-to-day reality, those material concerns. This is the Jaguar. Jaguar, cat, and, just like the Lion's Gate, right? The time of Leo, the lion, when we always have Lion's Gate on 8/8, the lion energy is very Leo, very cat-oriented. That's what the Sirius star system is all about. It's about the feline people, the cat people, if you will. So here's another feline energy here with the Jaguar, and it says at the bottom, reclaiming power and the fruits of our labor. So reclaiming our power, we need to come into our power, right? We need to take back our power. We need to own our power as spiritual beings. Now, the part where it says the fruits of our labor, the Six of Pentacles is often a great money card. It's about material manifestation of, abundance and blessings in some way, shape, or form. So again, with that balanced idea of the number 6, as above, so below, we can certainly visualize what it is that we want to create and manifest on this plane of reality. So envision in your meditation, visualize, and whether it is having to do with personal resources like money and finances, whether it has to do with visualizing what you desire in job or career or your living situation or romantic situation. This is saying that it's a great time again to kind of send that out to the universe with this higher vibrational energy pouring down from higher dimensions. And this will assist in creating, manifesting what it is that we desire, the fruits of our labor, what we're putting our energy towards, right, which is the labor. What we're putting our energy towards is going to bear fruits, is going to bear blessings. And that's what this card, along with, again, taking back your power and owning your power, is all about. It's interesting that we have the dove, which is a very gentle energy, and then we have a jaguar, which is a more fierce and assertive energy, right? Can be dangerous, but definitely more fierce and assertive. But these are both very positive cards here. Okay, now the last card came out as 2 cards. So the first of those last 2 cards, okay, we have the King of Ancients, which is like the King of Wands or the King of Fire in the traditional tarot. This is the Cobra. Okay, so we got some snake energy here with the Cobra. Snakes are all about transformation, death and rebirth, transmutation. And it says at the bottom, swift, sudden decisions and actions, right? The Cobra can be very hypnotic, and it can seem like it's just very slowly and easily swaying back and forth in that hypnotic rhythm. But then in a moment, it can strike fast and it can strike hard. So the King of Wands here, the King of Ancients, is saying to be a leader. The kings are about being a leader, being in your power, taking charge, directing energy, especially in the fire suit or the wand suit, right? It's directing spiritual energy. It's directing your vision. It's directing your passion towards what it is that you desire. And the Cobra here says you might need to direct it very swiftly, very quickly. You might need to make a quick decision or a quick redirection. You might need to decide, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? And just really have confidence. The King of Wands is going to have tremendous self-confidence to go after what it wants, to strike for, to go for what it wants. Now, this can be, again, a very positive thing, right? We're staying balanced. We're taking action. We're owning our power. We're using our leadership. And we're going to go for, we're going to go for what it is that we want. Let's see what came out with the Cobra here, with the King of Ancients. So the card that came out with the King of Wands, oh my gosh, we have another snake. A lot of transformation going on here at the end of the week. This is the 8 of Ancients, the 8 of Fire, the 8 of Wands, which in the traditional tarot is usually about, again, quick, fast, sudden movement, redirection, a lot of things going on at the same time, having to juggle a lot because things are happening fast, things are picking up speed. And again, with the 8-8 Lion's Gate coming up, the energies are more intense, more passionate, more creative, more spiritually on the move, right? Leo is a fire sign. We're in Leo energy now. And it says acceleration and movement at the bottom. So the Cobra says swift, sudden actions and decisions. The Eight of Ancients, the rat snake, says acceleration and movement. So something's happening here. And it's in the fire realm, right? The fire realm is the spiritual realm because we got the cups. Cups is the emotional realm. Swords is the mental realm. It's about our thoughts, our mind. And then the pentacles is the earthly realm. So with the fire, we're talking about our vision, our creative energy. It's that movement through our vision and our capacity to visualize and see and kind of direct that spiritual energy in a way that's going to create this faster movement. So again, snakes, all about transformation, death and rebirth, rising above, transmuting lower dense energies, moving into higher energies. So I think, and of course, snakes can move very quickly, right? And you can see they sometimes don't move in a straight line. So don't be surprised if you're zigzagging and moving from one thing to another, or again, juggling many things all at once because something's happening here. Something's starting to happen. I don't feel like it's going to be all this week or in this week. I feel like we're talking about the next, 2 or 3, at least the next 2 or 3 weeks here, or at least this is in the next 2 or 3 weeks, the initiation of this faster movement of transformation and death and rebirth. So let's see what the message is from our stones of choice as far as your special message card. So again, we're using the Work Your Light deck. Haven't used this one in a little while, I don't think. So let's give this a little shuffle. I'm going to be silent here for a couple seconds, and we're calling in the special message for the Pinolith people. Special message for Pinolith people. Okay, so when I opened my eyes, this one stuck out to me. So we're going to choose that one. And it says, answer the call. Answer the call. And it says, what is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to do, Pinolith people? So we have this person out in this beautiful landscape. She's contemplating what her next step is. She's trying to figure out what it is that her soul is calling her to do. Where is her soul calling her to go next? There's mountains in the background. This could be about a relocation of some sort, a living situation relocation. This could be about furthering a business. I think of mountains as a very masculine energy. So that take charge, masculine, take an action, make a decision. Things that are dealing with our job, career, or life path to me feels like that masculine energy of the mountains. And there's a sunrise in the background, right? So it's like a new dawn, a new beginning. The sun is rising. The sun is shining its light upon something. So as soon as you decide what direction to go in or what decision to make or what your soul is calling you to do, that sun is going to shine its light upon that, illuminating that, highlighting the steps, giving you the ideas or the information that's needed to move towards wherever it is that your soul is calling you to go. That's beautiful. Okay. And then for those of you that chose the Iolite, so Iolite people, special message for Iolite. Okay, this one's calling my name, or your name, I guess. Ooh, Lemuria. Okay, Iolite people, Lemuria. And it says, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So this is all about blessings coming in. What do you want to create? What do you want to create for humanity? This to me, feels somewhat, for some of you, an energy of being the humanitarian. And what do I want to create for humanity? What do I want to put out there? What part of myself do I want to put out to humanity that's going to help the world, the planet, the collective, and maybe even help Earth Mother Gaia? This can definitely be about environmentalism, helping the planet, helping the water, the air, nature, the animals. But this is also creating blessings on Earth, right? Creating personal blessings as well as collective blessings. So creating heaven on Earth, and it's happening. So know that whatever it is that you're trying to create, both on a collective level, as a light worker, as a humanitarian, your part to play in the world, that's happening. That's manifesting. You're being supported and guided in this journey. Your Lemurian ancestors of the light are assisting you in this. But also what you want to create on a personal level, right? So this can be with money and finances, with your living situation, with your relationship situations, family, romantic, friendship, that this all again is being created for you. So call on your Lemurian ancestors, call on the Lemurians of the highest vibration of light to create that beautiful, magical, heaven on earth kind of energy, both personally and on a collective level. All right, and then for those of you that chose the Oso or Oko geodes, okay. So the Oko geode people, special message. Special message. Almost dropped a bunch of cards here. So I have my eyes closed while I'm shuffling. So the special message for Oko geodes. Now the bottom one feels like it's calling me, so I'm going to pull that bottom one. And it says transformation. Well, that goes with the snake energy, doesn't it? Transformation. It says things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Okay, so deep healing is occurring. Ancestral healing definitely is part of it. Past life healing is part of it. Maybe interdimensional and otherworldly healing is a part of it. I feel like a lot of you have not only had lifetimes on this planet, but lifetimes in other dimensions, parallel realities, other star systems. So whatever's going on throughout all dimensions and directions of time and space for you, there's a lot of healing, a lot of transformation, a lot of death and rebirth happening here. And some of you, I feel like, have been going through some things on a physical level, because as it says, there's things changing at the cellular level. And when things change at the cellular level, sometimes it feels to us on a physical level like our bodies are maybe, it feels like we're not doing well. We might be feeling a little nauseous. We might be feeling a little achy. We might be feeling a little fatigued or tired. I know I personally have been going through a lot of those symptoms lately. And so, of course, you want to check in with your doctor, right? But this can also be that things are happening, shifting, changing, transmuting, being released at the cellular level of the physical body, as well as, again, throughout other lifetimes or on a subconscious level as well. So this feels to me, we have that, it's either a sun in the background or sometimes I look at it as a full moon. Now, we just had a full moon last week, so maybe that ramped up some of this transformation energy for you this past weekend. This could also be with the sun and Mercury being in that Leo, that sign of Leo, because the planet that rules Leo is the sun. So this could be saying the whole kind of Leo time period here of the sun in Leo, and Mercury's in Leo too for, until August 11th. So it seems like the sun is shining its light upon those energies of creative transformation for you. Now, we do have a woman here, so this kind of highlights the divine feminine. Although Leo is a masculine sign, I feel like it's balanced with that divine feminine energy here. She looks like a priestess, right? So calling on your priestess self, your priestess energy, the priestess guides of the light. This could be has a little bit of an Egyptian feel, so maybe the priestesses of the light are from the Egyptian time period, maybe the Atlantean or the Lemurian time period, or other worldly, incarnations that you have. But definitely there's transformation happening for you. I want to say on all levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So all good messages, all good cards. Things are moving, exciting times. I send you all lots of love and light. Don't forget, by the way, that we are entering the new month of August, right? This week's weekly intuitive reading ends on August 1st. So very soon we will have the August monthly reading up on my YouTube channel. So be on the lookout for that August monthly reading. Of course, we will talk a little bit more about the 8-8 Lions Gate energies. And then we will look at the energies for the month of August, messages from our angels and guides, the astrological transits of significance, and a special message card depending on your stone of choice for the month. So I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much for your love and support, for sharing the video, subscribing to the channel. I send you all lots of love and light and many, many blessings.